we've had quite an eventful day, guys. A very eventful day, but
Thank you very much.
it was all unintended do fun or something. I don't know what happened.
Oh, thank you. That's
Here you go, sir.
very fancy.
Ooh. Oh, sorry.
Very nice.
Yeah, Sam and I were talking about life today, guys. So a bit of what happened today is, to give context, your boy found himself in a pickle. Okay, apparently there's these new laws in Perth, Western Australia. Okay, these like knife laws, and guess who forgot to take out his little knifey in his little bag for self-defense, because Perth is scary, guys.
Crackheads.
Yeah, crackheads basically. But anyway, I got done up, but I have to go to court, which is kind of sad.
How did they find it in your bag?
Oh no, it was just a random check.
Yep.
Where? Just like a random.
No, I was walking the bread top to meet up with Sam so we could eat breakfast and then hang out, because we were like talking about life and things, being introspective and shit. And anywho, I was walking and dude just randomly stops me, and he's like, can I are you aware about these new laws? And I was like, nope, because on God, I did not know there were new laws.
Not many people do.
Huh?
Not many people do know these new laws.
Yeah, but anyway, so he does a search. Like I tell him the truth. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I do got something. Boom, bam. Hey dude, you can do a search, and he has plausible thing to do. He can do a search. So I just let him do a search. Anyway, found Knifey, right? Knifey, and then he's like, ooh, actually this is a bad knife, and then it is actually a bad knife apparently. But I got it off Temu, so the thing is, like, I thought because I could get something in that, like, it's probably legal, right? Because otherwise TSA, they're not doing their job, right?
Yep.
Or something. So anyway, I got this like Kniffy, this little flippy knife, which is super cool. But anyway, it got confiscated, and then now I'm done up for something. It apparently, yeah, I have to go to court for that. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, but then I had like thoughts about this new law that they apparently are putting in, because I feel like this law is not, like, its idea is to protect the citizens, right? But it's not actually protecting. It's not actually protecting anyone. Instead, it is more like empowering criminals and police.
Yep.
Because now citizens don't have a way to protect themselves. The reason I did this to begin with in the first place was due to my kind of like pre-context on how I understand Perth is, and what work I was doing, how I was getting home at night, and the kind of connotations with Perth City and its like crackhead situation. Anyway, let me read you this article I wrote, okay? I don't think I should have been done for a concealed weapon. Okay, this is my thesis. Government's disarming society in an attempt to solve derelict violence poses adverse risks to greater society. Okay. This is my abstract. Why am I afraid of my society? Why am I afraid that a crackhead is gonna stab me whilst I am going home from my bar job in the city? 2. Why do I feel like in a life or death situation does the
Restart.
why do I feel in a life or death situation police wouldn't be able to save me? Okay, remember that one, guys. And 3, why do I feel less safe now that the police are taking away the one thing that allows me to feel safe? Okay, now cooking. Oh yeah, by the way, this next part, Sam helped. Anyway, I feel like the solution to making Australia safe is not to have more cops and to not take away society's rights. The answer to an unsafe society is to solve the crackheads, which insinuates that like drugs is the problem, but drugs is only part of the problem. I think the main problem is the user. Okay, this is sauce. Having tried, you know, myself, I have realized that it just makes you unfiltered and like more impulsive. Alcohol, for example, takes away your logical thinking. If you've tried it, you act on impulse, so you just do things that like come to your head, and most times is very illogical. Okay, in knowing this, I think a part of the reason why I felt unsafe I think a part of the reason why I felt unsafe enough to carry a concealed weapon was due to the Australian government allowing people, just like anyone, to buy alcohol in Perth City. And also, Perth City just allows anyone into its city. You know what I'm saying? Which, like, of course there's gonna be, like, discrimination laws and stuff. You gotta protect everyone and shit. But there is obviously a downside to doing that. Okay, anyway. The culture and upbringing. Oh wait, shit. I should have redid that.
Nah, it's all good.
Okay.
Alright, we're here now.
I think the solution was that we have to change the culture, and we have to figure out like and fix the upbringing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Just to stop stealing things in the first place.
Yeah. Why are crackheads becoming crackheads? You know what I'm saying? And why is it that the everyday person is getting repercussions and these crackheads are not getting any repercussions? That was a thing in the head. Because here, anecdote 1, my mother had been robbed and beaten by the same crackheads that my mother, who was trying to save, because she's in an addiction program. Oh, what is it? She's a rehabilitator thingamajigamabob, and she basically tries to help them get off drugs. But anyway, after work one day, my mom was beaten and robbed by these, you know, crackheads, and no police there to save her. So what? I don't see the point in getting more like getting police.
Exactly.
And I feel like if she had something to help defend herself with, she wouldn't have been in that like as serious of condition, you know. If the growing police force were the answer to this, why is it that I still see each weekend in Perth City filled with violent, harassing crackheads, fighting each other and random civilians, with police littered literally everywhere in Northbridge, okay? I feel like the solution, more police, has only provided a placebo effect, where you feel safe because there's an officer there, but really it only shadows the threat that is still there. Because if someone's gonna kill you, they're not gonna be like, hey, police officer, I'm gonna kill that guy, stab, you know what I'm saying? They're just gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Learning from my mother's mistake, I had recently picked up a concealed weapon from Temu, as I would need to travel for work to the city, to the outer skirts. Okay guys, this is a really unsafe journey, and I'm doing it like at 12 o'clock at night, so this is
peak crackhead hour.
Peak crackhead hour. Not to, yeah. I just didn't feel safe, so that's why I did it. And no offense to these areas, but you know, with these crackheads I forgot what I was saying. No offense, but these areas
It's
were filled
unsafe.
with crackheads, yeah, and it feels unsafe. And most times, the police aren't there to supervise and keep me safe. So what is the point, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm being punished by the police, right? For wanting to feel safe and protecting myself, where they literally can't protect me, or they not literally can't protect me, they're just choosing not to protect me in these areas, right? So I have to defend myself.
Yep.
Why is it that you know, they get to live scot-free and you know, carry these knives around these deros? I mean, sorry, fuck, derelicts. That's the right term, guys. Yep. Allowed to carry all these like weapons and stuff around Perth, and us civilians are left defenseless, and just to rely on police officers who could help. Don't really help. Let's be honest, guys. So the laws of the thingamajigamabob, right?
All right.
The disarming society law. I think we should kind of think about that solution a little bit more, guys. So one, how we should add some context, okay? How do criminals get weapons, okay? And two, how law actually affects the everyday person versus a criminal. And then three, long-term solutions, okay? Okay. So the positive effect is
These suggestions are all theoretical, by the way.
yeah, these are theoretical, by the way. Of taking away knives from a society is that it will immediately lower knife crimes, right?
You would think so.
You'd think so. Statistically, theoretically, it should do that.
Yep.
But the gray area is like something that we should think about. Criminals have plenty of opportunities where they can be easily provided access to a weapon, aka Kmart, for example, Bunnings, kitchen stores.
Yep.
And with or without these laws, these people will have the necessary tools for an attack. And because a law is put into place doesn't mean someone will follow it.
Exactly.
A criminal will tend not to follow these laws, by the way, guys.
It's like speeding. We have speed limits. Yeah, everyone, breaks the speed.
What would the effect of disarming Perth actually have? Would it be an opposite effect? That's what I'm trying to question right now. Because now with a defenseless society, the everyday person becomes an easier target to knife crimes.
Yep.
The theory is that this leads to increased innocent people being taken out, either by robbery or by unprovoked violence. I don't think it will mitigate all knife crimes, because if someone really wants to hurt someone, they will always find a way.
Of course.
Perhaps finding a way to remove criminals and their need to hurt or rob people is the proper way to fix this. Because why do people actually need to resort to crime? You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Mostly low income, they're barely surviving, you know what I'm saying? And then there's also growing cost of living pressure on them.
Yep.
It kind of incentivizes more crime to be had. If you're a poor person in Australia, like having been on like Centrelink and like trying to find a job,
it's very difficult.
It's very difficult. Like, no one wants to hire you, even if you have the experience, even if you are hardworking, even if you have the referees. No one wants to hire you because they are more inclined to hire their own,
Yep.
aka family, friends,
Yep.
than someone who is qualified. Anyway, that has led me to the position where it's like I can't survive.
Yep.
And one solution to that is to like slowly die off, or
Find alternative
measures, or like pray to God that something
You win the
good
lottery or something.
win the lottery, get a job,
Yep.
But yeah, most people have resorted to crime.
Yep.
Because they aren't educated in finding other solutions, and then two, they're desperate. So these are some of the things that we should be fixing, not this dumbass fucking rule about taking away self-defense.
Yep.
Safety does not feel like a right anymore, and I can see why they would implement the law, but on God, it's a face or a short-term fix to a growing issue, providing nothing but false safety and growing fear.
Okay.
The real solutions to this is probably rehabilitation, like fixing rehabilitation centers and prisons, and also raising the standard of humans. Like, people should kind of already have the baseline of wanting to care about each other, you know what I'm saying? And then also fixing alcohol distribution. And why are these crackheads wanting to stab people? You know what I'm saying? We should start there. We shouldn't be just like adding police, you know what I'm saying? Because what really does that fix? Anyway, you want to say your quotes? Because this was kind of really relatable.
Oh, so when the laws are the most numerous, that is when the state and society is most corrupt. Virgil II and Papias III. And when one cannot legally defend oneself, an empire is sure to collapse. Leonidas, Alexander the Great, and Napoleon. There you go.
Thank you. Well, anyway, I've been done by that, and now I feel unjust.
Very good. Okay,
Unjusted. Yeah. Okay.